Alright, so we had a pretty interesting day today. We woke up at camp from the previous night. We stayed basically 2 nights at the same dispersed camping area. We headed south. We went into town, Aberdeen, which is pretty rough little town, but surprisingly we found out that Kurt Cobain's hometown is Aberdeen, Washington. So that was pretty wild. But on the way down, we ended up stopping by the biggest oyster shell in the world. It was kind of gimmicky, as you can see here. But after that, we were cruising down to head to camp. We're like, well, this is the oyster capital of the world. Was at South Bend, Washington. So we decided, well, let's get some oysters. So we ate some oysters at this pretty cool spot. And they were so unique. I've never had oysters like this. They had like creamy, just kind of weird middle, something like buttery middle to them. What do we got there, babe?
I was gonna put it right here.
Okay.
Fresh oysters. Look at this thing. It's still got barnacles and green stuff on it. Right out of the bay here. We're in, I think this is still South Bend, Washington. And when in Rome, you gotta take advantage. We don't ever get oysters, and we love oysters, so when in Rome.
Mom, was that the biggest waffle or oyster in the world?
Oyster.
Mmm.
These are better than the other ones.
They are. These are velvety. Thank Daddy-o.
Great. So very weird, but oysters are very good for you. High in zinc and copper and protein and all kinds of other good stuff for you. Tomorrow we're gonna go down to Cannon Beach in Oregon. So we're pretty close to the border. We're going to actually do laundry in the morning. We found a spot farther south. We'll pick you guys up in the morning, make some coffee, make some breakfast, get on the road. Sorry.
No one in your hotel for ever to be in the pond. What you?
Hey boys, would you help me take these pillowcases off? Well, good morning. I finally got out of bed. This is about normal. Today's laundry day, so don't have to make the bed. We just strip everything down, pile it on top, and we will have to go find a laundromat. But first, today is a very special day. It's National Waffle Day! And you guys know how near and dear waffles and pancakes are to my heart, right? So we're gonna make some waffles and put some fresh picked blackberries in there, because when we got to camp yesterday, the boys noticed there were blackberries all around us. So, what a perfect combination. Let's get to making some waffles. Okay, now I'm ready to cook some waffles. This is pretty normal. It takes a little bit to get rolling. I think after years of having to wake up at the crack of dawn, 4:30, 5 o'clock, I'm finally reaping the luxury of being able to sleep in every day. Alright, let's get to cooking. Have you guys seen these? This is a mini waffle maker by Dash is the brand that makes it. Not only are they small and compact, but they make waffles. You can cook eggs on it, you can cook bacon, you can do all sorts of things with them. And I have not one, but two, so that I can make double the amount of waffles in half the time. And they're so small and compact. They fit nicely in a drawer. Kodiak cakes, I love you. Grocery Outlet is my newfound love. I'm sorry, Aldi, I feel like I'm cheating on you, but you're not out here on the West Coast. So instead we found Grocery Outlet, and they didn't have their normal, you know, flapjack and waffle mix, but instead they only had the muffin mix, but it's gonna work just fine. And as a matter of fact, it was a little bit cheaper, like by a lot, and it packs just the same amount of protein, if not a little bit more than the normal stuff. So we're gonna make it work. Milk. I found in a lot of places like Walmart, Grocery Outlet, even Natural Grocers or Trader Joe's, sometimes they'll have these milk cartons, these individual ones, or you can buy them in a pack. They're great because you don't have to put them in the fridge. You can keep them in the pantry, so it saves space in there. You don't have to keep them cold. And they're exactly 1 cup each, so don't even have to measure them. If you're doing any kind of recipe with them, like for example, the pancakes usually take like a 1-to-1 ratio, 1 cup liquid, 1 cup mix. This is exactly 1 cup.
Put up.
And then I'll also usually just mix mine. I typically make twice the recipe, so 2 cups of mix, 2 cups of liquid. I'll typically mix it water and milk so that, number 1, I'm not using up all my milk, and number 2, it makes the pancakes a little fluffier that way, I think. And I add a bunch of other stuff in there, like other protein mixes and powders and supplements, so I need a little extra liquid to help stir it all up. A little extra protein always goes a long way. Some collagen always helps your skin, bones, your hair, your nails be healthy, strong, vibrant, and glowing. Now, I just got this mushroom blend, again, at Grocery Outlet yesterday. I'm excited to try it. It's a mushroom immune blend powder. It's got maitake, red reishi, lion's mane, chaga, and more in it. I'm excited to try this. Before we left, I subscribed to 4 Sigmatics products, and it was delivered right to my doorstep. But obviously I don't have a doorstep anymore that's fixed, so I can't get it as readily available as I want. So let's give this a shot. It's good for all things immunity. Alright, let's see what's a serving. 1 scoop. You know, I hate these products that have scoops inside there. They're like buried inside, and you have to dig to find them. There's got to be a better solution. Right? Can anyone relate? I hate having to dig for my scoop, get my fingers all messy, spill some of the product, in hopes that I'm digging for a scoop that exists in there. Why can't they, like, clip it on the cap or something, right? Like a little extra plastic piece, like right on the cap, and then it just screws and it's always on top and it never gets buried. Or would that make too much sense? Doesn't really smell like much. It's probably a good thing. Alright, a couple eggs. time to stir. I usually like to add a little vanilla flavoring as well. Adds a nice little kind of rich taste to the pancakes or waffles. And cinnamon. Definitely gotta have some cinnamon. I got some fresh picked blackberries that the boys so kindly gathered for me last night. And I'm also going to add a little bit of strawberries as well. Alright, we're in another state. First time to Oregon. Woohoo! Now we wait. The washers usually tell you how long it takes. I set my timer for about 25 minutes, however long it says. On average, we can get away with laundry between $12 to $16. Now, mind you, that's for a family of 4, and that's both washing and drying. And it typically takes
sheets. We do
yeah,
sheets
we have
and
to
towels.
do all our sheets, blankets, all of our clothes.
Don't forget jackets.
Sometimes jackets, because you know boys will be boys and they get things dirty all the time. But one tip, if you are traveling or thinking about it, check the laundromat out before you go put your stuff in a washer or dryer and press the start button, because you never know. They're not all created equal. We find them typically by Google. We just review which one has the best reviews. And the last thing you want to do is have your clothes or your sheets ruined by a smelly, mildewy washer. Unfortunately, it does happen sometimes. Thankfully, that hasn't happened to us, but just always inspect it before you go in there and start putting your clothes in the washer and dryer. So, I'm going to help the boys out, do a little bit of schoolwork while we wait, and then we'll get on with our day.
They're teaching.
What you working on, Luke?
I need Mom's help.
You need my help? Okay. All right, laundry is done and just about folded and put away. Can you guess who usually has the most dirty clothes out of all 4 of us? Me, Daddy-O, or one of these 2 little stinkers? Who do you think it is? It's always somebody consistent. Might not be who you think it is either. It's this guy right here. He always has the most dirty clothes. He's the dirtiest one of us all. I guess it kind of makes sense. He's also the youngest, and he's not afraid to get his hands dirty, are you, buddy? No, there's a reason why you're called Little Ham, huh?
Alright guys, we're up this morning. What'd you guys think about that sweet breakfast yesterday? It was delicious. It was National Waffle Day, and the wife did it up fantastic. We headed over to Cannon Beach, and it was pretty windy, cool, still not getting used to the whole Pacific coast, the cool water, being out on the beach. But the boys had a blast. We ended up doing dinner, got some good seafood. We found us a camp spot. Actually, let me rewind a little bit. Funny story. So we get down to Cannon Beach, and we park, we get out on the beach, we come back, we end up with a ticket. So Oregon has welcomed us with open arms with a $25 parking ticket. It said no RVs, buses, campers, that sort of thing, but we're a van. It's kind of a hybrid situation. So it is what it is. They had some RV parking around the corner. So some places, some people think this is an RV, some people think it's a van. Some states you can't even get it titled as an RV. It's titled as a van. So it's just kind of a gray area, but either way, it's 25 bucks. First ticket in a long time. So Jen's making the boys some breakfast this morning, and we're actually kind of done with the coast. We're gonna head inland over to the Columbia River Gorge area. Oh yeah, and if I didn't mention, the boys get out there and pick some awesome blackberries.
Again.
Wow.
Again. How was it, boys?
So as you can see, we are still on the coast. We had every intention today to make our way to the Columbia River Gorge, but plans change. We actually didn't know we were going to be passing through Tillamook on our way down the 101, working our way down the Oregon coastline, and I had a light bulb moment. Tillamook makes some amazing jerky that's clean, no MSG. They have really good dairy products, cheese and milks and whatnot. So I googled real fast if they had like any kind of factory tour or whatnot that we could do, and sure enough, lo and behold, they had a jerky factory outlet that we had to stop by. So I stocked up on some awesome jerky, and then not but a hop, skip, and jump on down the road is their cheese factory. But it was packed, and we didn't feel like mingling with that many people and fighting for a parking spot, so we had to bypass it.
And we ended up at a lake with a playground, Devil's Lake, where we had lunch. Had a good time, chilled out there.
But the real reason that we had to change and we're not at the Columbia River Gorge is because we found out this morning that in just a couple days, the state of Oregon is going back under a mask mandate for both indoors and outdoor public places, which would make it very difficult to explore some of the places that we want to go to without the confines of having to wear a mask. So that's really why we're still here where we are, and we have to kind of reevaluate what we're doing.
This is real van life. This is living on the road. It doesn't always go how you want it to go. And also, we were talking about going south down to Eureka, and there's fires. So that was kind of looking pretty grim to get down that way. It wasn't looking good with all the smoke. So our thoughts are going to the Columbia Gorge, going to Mount Hood, doing hiking. We decided to skip that area. So our plans are to leave this location, and we're actually going to go towards Sisters and Bend area. and hang out. We may hang out a week or 2 or 3 or whatever. We're not really sure, kind of up in the air. But I'll quit rambling. We'll catch you guys probably in the morning as we start to head towards Bend.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you tune in next Sunday. After striking out time and again heading down the West Coast, we finally hit a home run somewhere very special. You won't want to miss it. Until then, make sure you hit that thumbs up, leave us a comment down below, and have a great week.